Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Robert N. Wilson Field, home of your Georgetown College Tigers. We're just about to get underway in this matchup between your Tigers and the Lions of Freed-Hardeman University. This matchup set to start at 1 p.m., and everything looks like it's going to play as scheduled. This is game one of a doubleheader, and it's the second game in the series between your Tigers and the Lions. Their matchup yesterday, the Tigers fell 4-1. Winning pitcher for the Freed-Hardeman Lions, Jacob Sawyers, he went 7 innings, only giving up 1 earned run on 4 hits, only walked 1, and then had 11 punch-outs in that game. That brought his total in punch-outs for the year to 53. That's actually 7th in the nation. Coming behind him for the close was Connor Creasy. He went 2 innings, pitched, had 2 strikeouts of his own, and only walked 1 on 1 hit. Yesterday in that matchup, Isaac Olson threw 6 in the third, gave up 9 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts of his own, and then Andrew Day came in and really shut down the Tigers' offense. The Lions' offense. He went 2 2/3 of an inning with 6 punch-outs, and that's huge from the back of the bullpen, especially from that left-handed freshman arm right there. We're just about to get underway, like I mentioned, and as we do, we'll bring the starting lineups after the anthem. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Tiger Sports Network here on Stretch. Welcome back, folks. We're just about to get underway here. But before we do, let's give us our starting lineups first. With the Lions of Freed-Hardeman University. Similar lineup to what they had yesterday with one exception in the 7 spot. But to lead off is going to be number 2, Zack Sanders. He'll be at second base. Number 28, Will McCall, will be at third. Number 34, Josh Shears, will be at first base. Behind the dish for the Lions is going to be number 18, Bo Simpson. In left field, Dom Pisano, number 4. And in right, Vaughn Watson, he's number 33. The designated hitter for this matchup is going to be number 12, Dalton Langford. He's coming in for Busby, who was the designated hitter in yesterday's matchup. I apologize, the left fielder in yesterday's matchup. Langford will be in as the DH during this one. The shortstop, Dylan Lott, number 1, is going to be in the 8 hole. And then batting ninth for the Lions is going to be center fielder Hunter Beecham. He's number 21. On the mound for the Lions is going to be Alex Huey. He's number 7, and he will be, as I mentioned, on the mound for the Lions. For the Tigers, first we'll start with their defense, going from left to right in the outfield. Luke Torino is going to be in left, Josh Duarte in center, Christian Santianis in right. Left to right across the infield is going to be, first at third base, it's going to be Isaiah Bumgardner. At short, Deshaun Moore. At second base, Shota Usuda. At first base, Justin Brote. Behind the dish, Jake Manderson. And on the mound, Johan Castillo. Johan Castillo delivers that pitch down in the dirt for ball number 1. Pitch misses in, ball number 2. Johan Castillo, currently in his 4th game, pitched in his 2nd start for the Tigers. An ERA a little over 5. Has given up 14 earned runs on 27 hits in 25 innings pitched. He has 16 strikeouts on the year and 4 walks. Currently with a 2-1 count to the Lions' leadoff hitter, second baseman Zack Sanders. Castillo doing an excellent job coming back right there. Count back to even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sanders swings through that one. Castillo gets his first punch out of the day and his 17th on the year. That'll bring up 2-hole hitter for the Lions, third baseman Will McCall. Call takes that one away for ball number 1. Big keys to this game for both teams is going to be scoring runs with runners in scoring position. Both teams yesterday left 9 and 10 runners left on base. 10 for the Lions, 9 for the Tigers. Unable to really complete and finish off an inning in a pitcher. Both teams need to work hard with. That one fouled down third base line. Brings the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. As I was saying, both teams really need to look to finish off their respective pitchers with 2 outs in the inning. Can't leave any runners left on base. Lions had 13 strikeouts in yesterday's matchup, and the Tigers themselves had 11. So they're also going to have to limit the strikeouts, find a way to put ball in play, and make something happen. That one fouled back by McCall over the first base dugout. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Castillo delivers that one. Punched into shallow right field. Right fielder Santianis coming in to collect and make the catch for the second out of the inning. That second out of the inning brings up the 3-hole hitter for the Lions, Josh Shears. He's the first baseman, number 34. Sears currently with 7 home runs on the year and batting .411 overall. Definitely a power threat at the plate. He has the most RBIs for his team, driving in 21 runs, and he's slugging .839. Takes that one away for ball number 1. Castillo really needing to work down in the zone here, find a way to get Sears to ground out. That one taken just low. Brings the count now at 2 balls and no strikes. Castillo now down 3-0. Needing to find a way to come back. I wouldn't expect him to try and groove a fastball here. Like I said, Sears definitely one of the better hitters in the conference. Probably most likely have a green light 3-0 if it's his pitch. Takes that one down and in. Gives him his first walk of the day. Brings up the catcher, Bo Simpson, number 18, for the Lions, caught in yesterday's matchup. And he's looking to start this first game off behind the dish as well. Simpson checks a swing right there. It's good enough for strike. Yohan Castillo finally ahead in the count. No balls, 1 strike. This Lions offense, definitely a power offense. Yesterday they were able to score 2 runs, their first 2 runs of the ballgame off 3 pitches. First, a single by Sanders up the middle, and then a double by McCall deep over our center fielder's head. That brought Sanders in, and then an error off the bat of Sears gave them their second run. Castillo now ahead, no balls and 2 strikes in the count. Sears not really a base threat over there at first base. Takes a below standard lead. That one popped up to the right fielder, Santianis, coming in. Camped underneath it, able to catch and make the grab. That'll do it for the Lions in the top of the first inning. They don't score any runs off any hits. That'll bring up your Tiger hitters. Let's take a look at what the lineup looks like for them. Leading off for the Tigers is going to be shortstop Deshaun Moore in center field. Josh Duarte will be batting in the 2-hole. At first base, Justin Brote be batting number 3. Cleanup hitter at second base, Shota Usuda. The designated hitter for this matchup, catcher yesterday, is Brandon Crenrich. In left field, batting 6th is Luke Torino. And in right, the guy who made 2 of those outs, Christian Santianis, will be batting 7th. Jake Manderson behind the plate in this matchup, batting 8th. And then in the 9-hole, Isaiah Bumgardner at third base. It's your lineup. We'll be back with you in the bottom of the first inning when we return. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Tiger Sports Network here on Stretch. Welcome back, folks. Once again, my name is Ben Robison. I'm the sports information assistant here at the college and former Georgetown College baseball player. Looking forward to bring you all the sights and sounds for today's action in this matchup. Stepping up at the plate, Deshaun Moore swings at that first pitch for strike number one. Deshaun Moore went 1 for 5 in yesterday's matchup and came across to score the only run of the ball game. That he was brought in by Shota Usuda with his single. Deshaun Moore gets a base knock there. It's a good leadoff hitter for the Tigers and a good start to this matchup. Right here on the mound for the Lions is Alex Huey. Huey currently with 3.71 ERAs. Has pitched 17 innings for the Lions so far. Has given up 11 hits, 7 earned runs. Has walked 4 and struck out 21. He's in his 4th appearance for the Lions. The Lions brought right-handed pitcher in Sawyers yesterday, and they're coming back with the lefty in Huey today. Huey delivers that one down in the dirt. Deshaun Moore, I apologize, that one hits Duarte right there. Tigers now have runners at first and second base. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to see up here in the press box. Nevertheless, we'll always get you the right information when it comes. That brings up 3-hole hitter for the Tigers, Justin Brote. Brote hitting .299 on the year, just underneath that 300 mark. With 67 total at-bats, 4 home runs, and then 9 runs driven in. He's slugging .567. Takes that pitch for strike number 1. Tigers in a threatening position right here with runners at first and second, nobody out in the bottom of the first. You're definitely looking to score first, especially after yesterday's matchup. Because when you score first, you're putting a lot of the pressure on the defense and the opposing team's offense to make a play. Justin Brote hits that one into shallow left field. Left fielder able to collect it, trips, but makes the catch nevertheless. Tigers now have 1 out in the inning. That's a tough at-bat by Brote right there. You definitely need to have the runners at second and third by the end of your at-bat, so definitely not something he was looking for in there. That brings up Shota Usuda, the 4-hole hitter, in the cleanup for the Tiger, who's having a great year so far. He's currently hitting .390 on the year, 23 total hits and 59 at-bats. He has 10 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs. He's slugging .695 for the Tigers. Huge asset that the Tigers have picked up in him. Both runners end up going to Deshaun Moore, able to make it in there at third base safely. Went on that first movement by the pitcher, Huey. Huey didn't even go back to check. Trail runner Duarte unable to follow. He had a late jump, so decided not to go. So now the Tigers have runners at first and third with 1 out. Double play still in order. Double play still in order, so the Lions aren't too threatened in this position right here. Really looking to try and get a ground ball. Shota Usuda needs to see something up. Pickoff attempt by Huey. No good. Duarte easily able to get back there. Deshaun Moore heads up base runner over at third base. Wouldn't surprise me if on a pickoff attempt, especially if it's slow enough, if Moore would try and steal home on that one. The count is at 1 ball and no strikes. Now it's at 2 balls and no strikes. That first pitch to Usuda at the plate was a ball on that stolen base by Deshaun Moore. That was Moore's 6th stolen base of the year. Huey delivers that one. That one misses down. Count now at 3-0 to Shota. Usuda, a native of Sapporo, Japan. So if his parents and family and are all watching back home, definitely a big shout out to them. Takes that pitch down in the zone. Shota thought that one was a ball. Caught enough of the plate. Count out 3 balls and 1 strike. Hitters count here. Shota really looking to drive a pitch, see something up, and drive it deep into the outfield. Because even if it's caught Moore with his speed will easily score, and the Tigers, like I said, need to score first in this one. Swings through a breaking ball. It was up and away. Count now at full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Huey delivers. That one fouled straight back up into the press box. Count remains the same. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Huey taking his time to come set. Picks over to first base. Definitely not his best move. Duarte easily able to get in. Not sure if he was struggling to get up or just dancing around the base. Wasn't sure if he got any additional injuries from that hit by pitch. Deshaun Moore over at third for the Tigers. Duarte at first. Duarte takes off. That pitch up. Catcher Simpson throws a missile right back at the pitcher, Huey. Definitely a planned play right there. Duarte able to take second base. That will be 2 outs in the inning for the Tigers. Looking to scratch a couple across here with 2 outs. Up at the plate, designated hitter Brandon Crenrich up for the Tigers. Crenrich has been huge for the Tigers in these types of situations. He's currently hitting .318 on the year with 15 runs batted in. A lot of those runs coming with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Definitely a good 2-strike, 2-out hitter for the Tigers, and they need him to come through in this spot right here. That breaking ball good on the outside corner and down for strike number 1. Crenrich just having a little conversation with the umpire, making sure it's as far out and down as he'll go so he can make those adjustments later on in his at-bat. That one good by Huey. Brings the count now at no balls and 2 strikes. Once again, Crenrich at the plate does an excellent job with 2 strikes and 2 outs. And you can almost say this is where he finds his comfort, looking to come through for his team right here. That one missing way up and away. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Normally with an 0-2 pitch like that, from Huey, you want to find something a little bit closer to the zone to possibly get the hitter to chase, but because that one was so up and away, you can completely disregard that. As even if you were trying to change the eye level of the hitter. That said, it wouldn't surprise me. Comes back with a breaking ball right here. That one in on the hands of Crenrich. Fouls that one back over the first base dugout. Count remains the same. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at third and second for the Tigers. Huey definitely with a little slower pace than we're used to here at Robert N. Michael Baumfeld always teaches his pitchers to keep tempo, to keep the defense on their toes. Huey misses that one up and away. Counts now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 runners on. Once again, this is a big spot for the Tigers because against this Freed-Hardeman pitching staff, you never know when you're going to get runs. So when they're given to you, you got to take them. Crenrich pops that one up into right field. Right fielder able to catch and make the play. Center fielder runs into him. That ball will be caught. So that is the 3rd out of the inning. But that was Beecham and Watson colliding right there. That one was clearly Watson's ball. Not really sure why Beecham thought that might have been his. Nevertheless, Watson able to collect the ball and retire the Tigers in the bottom of the first inning. Tigers get no runs off of 1 hit. We'll be back with you in the top of the second inning with the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Lions up at the plate. That's Pisano, Watson, and Lankford. We'll be back with you here shortly. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Tiger Sports Network here on Stretch. Welcome back, folks. Count now 0-1. Tipisano up at the plate. He hits a dribble over to second base, able to get that infield hit right there on that one. That ball just getting by. Johan Castillo gives the Lions their first base runner of the inning. That ball hit off the end of the bat just enough to get by pitcher Johan Castillo. He's falling off to that right side of the mound, so was able to get by him. The right-handed pitcher, don't know if that one would have worked. Nevertheless, that brings up Vaughn Watson, the right fielder. Watson takes that pitch away for ball number 1. Watson hitting .320 on the year, 16 total hits, 2 home runs himself, and then he's driven in 11 on the year for the Lions. Check swing right there, right back to Johan Castillo. Delivers to Moore. Moore finishing off the double play right there. Huge double play for the Tigers. Now have 2 outs in the inning. It's a good double play right there. Johan Castillo doing an excellent job maintaining his composure on that comebacker. Gives a good feed to Deshaun Moore and easily able to throw out Watson trying to reach base. Brings up the 7-hole hitter for the Lions, Dalton Langford. He's the designated hitter in this matchup. Takes that one down for ball number 1. Langford hitting .333 on the year. Has 8 total hits, 2 RBIs. Two balls, no strikes. Johan Castillo on the mound for the Tigers. That one good, down and in for strike number 1. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Still a hitter's count here, so Johan Castillo can't take a breather. He needs to make sure that he's working on the corners of the zone and not leaving anything up over the plate. That one on the corner. Going to first base umpire to see if he went. He did not, so count now is at 3 balls and 1 strike. Castillo delivers the 3-1 pitch, breaking ball. Good enough to catch the corner. That brings the count to full. 3-1 count, typically a good fastball count. Castillo able to manage and handle that breaking ball over that corner of the plate for strike number 2. Manderson behind the plate doing a good job of receiving that one. Another breaking ball right there. Johan Castillo able to get the punch out and the final out of the inning. Lions unable to score any runs. They do get their first hit of the ball game, but like I said, that ground ball double play, definitely an inning killer. And Johan Castillo able to get that punch out, second of the day. That brings up the Tigers in the bottom of the second with 6, 7, 8 hitters, Luke Torino, Christian Santianis, and Jake Manderson at the plate. We'll be back with you when we return. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Tiger Sports Network here on Stretch. Welcome back, folks. We're just about to get underway here in the bottom of the second inning. Score still tied 0-0. Each team with 1 hit. Tigers looking to change both of those numbers in this inning, looking for a couple big hits and looking to put up a crooked number against this Freed-Hardeman team. That one skied up and foul over the first base dugout. Be the first strike of the at-bat. Torino for the Tigers, hitting .273. He's got 18 hits, 66 at-bats, 8 doubles and 2 home runs with 15 runs batted in. It's the second highest on the team. That one rolled over in the 3-4 hole. Good enough for a base hit for him right there. That gives him 19 total hits on the year. Brings up right fielder, number 3, Christian Santianis, up at the plate. Huey delivers the 0 pitch. Good in the bottom of the zone for strike number 1. Santianis for the Tigers. Having a little bit of a rough year, looking to get out of it right now. Just hitting a little over 100 on the year with 18 total at-bats. Huey picks off first right there. Luke Torino easily able to get back. Torino with no stolen bases on the year, but definitely has some speed and is willing to run. There you see Santianis squaring over to bunt. Torino back into first. Huey checking in on Torino. You see the third baseman, McCall, for the Lions. Way up, really anticipating and expecting that bunt to try and get that lead runner Torino over out at second base if the bunt is successful. That one goes to McCall. McCall bobbles it, decides to go to first. They're able to retire Santianis at first for the first out. Santianis able to get his job done. Torino now over at second base with the catcher Jake Manderson to try and bring him in with 1 out in this inning. In a situation like that for Santianis, that bunt needs to go to the first base side because as you saw right there, that third baseman McCall really up and in. If he fielded that cleanly, would have easily been able to throw Torino out at second base and even possibly Santianis at first to complete the double play. So Tigers got a little bit lucky there. Nevertheless, they do have a runner at second base in Torino, and at the plate, Jake Manderson. Huey definitely concerned about the base runners in this matchup. That said, Tiger hitters should be looking for balls that miss up over the plate, as Huey's focus isn't on them. The likelihood of him missing a pitch up over the zone increases tremendously. Thought we got a check swing right there. Home plate umpire checks in with the second base umpire. Santianis did not go. A lot of O's in the stands by some of the fans here, not necessarily agreeing with that home plate umpire. Counts even, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Manderson looking to drive in his 3rd run of the year. Again, that one misses up and arm side, bringing the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Good hitters count here for Manderson. Needing to find something in the gaps to try and bring home this run and put himself back on second base. Switch places. That one good. Down and in for strike number 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Manderson. Huey on the mound for the Lions. Huey comes set. Delivers the 2-2 pitch. Check swing right there. He did not go. That one in the dirt. Simpson, the catcher for the Lions, unable to collect that and get that one cleanly. Brings it count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. And you saw on that wild pitch, Torino advances from second to third. So now, big situation right here from Anderson. Now he doesn't even need to get a hit to score the run. A deep fly ball will do the job, or even a ground ball through the middle. You can see right here, middle infield playing back. They're willing at this point in the ballgame, especially early on, to sacrifice and trade a run, or an out for a run, excuse me. Manderson takes that one up, ball 4. Tigers now have runners at first and third base with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Manderson, the catcher, will be getting a courtesy runner in Jacob DeZarn. Once again, at the NAI level, all the catchers who do reach base safely, they do get a courtesy runner. It's not a pinch runner. For Manderson, that comes in the form of DeZarn, and for Simpson, that comes in the form of Brady Harris, who's the courtesy runner for him. That brings up the 9-hole hitter for the Tigers, Isaiah Bumgardner, looking to drive in a couple runs for himself in this one. Bumgardner had a big walk-off hit against Lindsey Wilson College, another team in the Mid-South Conference. When we played them just a couple weekends ago, he got the big knock to right field to give the Tigers the win. Swings through that one for strike number 1. Bumgardner looking to come through and strike first for the Tigers. DeZarn takes off. Ball is fouled, so DeZarn will have to return back to first. That brings the count at no balls and 2 strikes. Bumgardner now down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. He's going to have to find a way to put a ball in play. Like I said, strikeouts in these types of positions with runners in scoring position can't happen. And both teams had well over 10 strikeouts in yesterday's matchup with plenty of runners left on base. Bum with a good eye right there, takes that one down and away. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Huey on the mound, comes set. Delivers the 1-2 pitch. DeZarn takes off. That one errant throw by Simpson. Ball handled well by Sanders to keep that one in the infield, stopping Torino from scoring from third. So that brings it to second and third with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. Leadoff hitter Deshaun Moore up at the plate for the Tigers. Sean got his first hit of the ball game into center field. He's 1 for 1 on the day. That one, ground ball, hits the base runner, DeZarn, over there at second base. And because of that, that will be the 3rd out of the inning. Something unusual. You never see that too often. But he was in fair territory, so DeZarn is out on that ball hit off the bat of Deshaun Moore. So that'll do it for the Tigers in the bottom of the second inning. They get 1 hit, no runs, unable to come up with a run, with runners in scoring position once again. And like I said before, folks, that's going to be the biggest key in this ball game right here, is being able to score runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Not necessarily with less than 2 outs, but 2-out RBIs are momentum generators for a team and momentum killers for the opponent. We'll be back with you in the top of the third with 8, 9, 1 hitters for the Lions up to bat. That's Dylan Lott, Hunter Beecham, and then back at the top with Zack Sanders. We'll be back with you in the top of the third. Welcome back, folks. Johan Castillo still on the mound for your Tigers. Dylan Lott in his first at bat. Fouls that one up over the first base dugout for strike number one. Castillo delivers the 0-1 pitch. That one misses way away and down. Count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Lott for the Lions hitting .258 on the year. 8 total hits and 31 at-bats. Has driven in 10 runs and has 2 home runs to his name. The pitch right there brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Castillo delivers. That one down in the dirt, blocked well by Manderson. Count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Johan Castillo currently with 2 punch-outs on the day. His total now at 18 on the year. Looking for, and gets his 19th one right there as Lott swings over and fans over that breaking ball. Castillo now gets his first out of the top of the third. Castillo delivers the 0 pitch, breaking ball. Misses on the outer half to Will McCall. Call flight out to right in his first at-bat. Shallow fly ball. That one fouled straight back into the catcher's glove. Counting out 1 ball and 1 strike. Johan Castillo definitely finding his rhythm right here in this inning. Good fastball in the outer half. Swung on and missed. I'm sorry, Hunter Beecham is up at the plate. My apologies. That is Hunter Beecham. Fouls that one straight back. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, Dylan Lott, the shortstop for the Lions, is the first out of this inning on that strikeout. Hunter Beecham, center fielder, now at the plate. Fans misses that one. 2 outs in the inning for Johan Castillo off of 2 strikeouts. Back-to-back strikeouts in the inning, 3 total in a row. That's the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Langford, Lott, and Beecham all struck out. Castillo definitely finding his groove in this one. That'll bring us to the top of the lineup. Zack Sanders, the second baseman, up at the plate. Johan Castillo once again misses that one down and away. Count now 1 ball and no strike. Johan Castillo working quick. One of the things Michael Baumfeld talks about is that first pitch strike. That one hit to right field, camped and collected by Christian Santianis. That is the 3rd out of the inning. Lions unable to score any runs. They don't get any hits in the inning either. 2 strikeouts and a fly out to right will do it for them in the top of the 3rd. We will be back in the bottom of the 3rd with 2, 3, 4 hitters. Josh Duarte, Justin Brote, and Shota Usuda at the plate for the Tigers, looking to scratch off and score the first run of the ball game for either team. We'll be back with you when we return in the bottom of the 3rd. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Robert N. Wilson Field. Your Tigers facing off against the Lions of Freed-Hardeman University. We're now in the bottom of the third inning with two-hole hitter Josh Duarte up at the plate for the Tigers. He was hitting his first at-bat, I believe on the second pitch, looking to see if he can get a hit for himself. That one skied up in the infield. Shortstop Lott able to camp underneath that and make the catch for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Justin Brote for the Tigers. Hit a shallow fly ball to left field. Left fielder Pisano for the Lions able to make the catch. Huey still on the mound for the Lions, delivers that one. Missing just down, count now at 1 ball and no strikes. Justin Brote, not the typical leadoff hitter. That one hit hard past the first baseman Sears right there, so Brote will get his first hit of the ball game. That one smoked by Sears. Sears kind of olayed that one getting out of the way. Brote gets his first hit of the ball game and the third hit of the game for the Tigers. That brings up Shoto Suda up at the plate. Shoto able to drive in the only run for the Tigers in yesterday's matchup against the Lions. Struck out in his first at-bat. Looking to change things up here. That one over to Sears again off the end of the bat. Sears unable to handle it cleanly, bobbles it, but able to get Shoto out at first. That'll advance Brote over to second now with 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. That'll bring up designated hitter Brandon Crenrich once again with 2 outs in the inning, looking to find a way to get some green and drive in another run for the Tigers, giving them the lead. Crenrich flied out to right in his first at-bat. Definitely a guy who makes a lot of adjustments, both from at-bat to at-bat, but from pitch to pitch as well. Let's see what he can do here for the Tigers. Takes that breaking ball on the outer half for strike number 1. Brings the count to no balls and 1 strike. With Justin Brote over at second base, not the fleetest of foot. Crenrich definitely going to need to drive something in the gap in order to score him from second base. Takes that one up and away for ball number 1. Huey starting to work a little bit quicker up on the mound, finding his comfort zone. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup in this one, Huey versus Castillo. That one misses down and away. Count now at 2 balls and 1 strike. Good hitters count right here. Crenrich looking for something up in the zone, something he can drive, like I mentioned, in the gaps. Brote does take off to third base. Simpson, bad throw, gets by the third baseman, McCall, and the Tigers score their first run of the ball game on that errant throw by Simpson. Justin Brote, although fleet of foot, not the fleetest of foot, able to make something happen for his team right there and cause havoc on the base pass. Tigers now up in this one, 1-0. It was troublesome for the Tigers in yesterday's matchup as a handful of their errors gave the Lions the lead. And it's something similar in this matchup right here. Is that throw down in the dirt, unable to be handled and collected by McCall. Brings Brote home from that stolen base attempt. Counts also 3 ball, 1 strike in favor of the Tigers. Brandon Crenrich skies that one. It's to the infield. Shortstop Lott able to catch and make that for the third and final out of the inning. The Tigers able to scratch off 1 run in the bottom of the third off a 1 hit. Tigers doing an excellent job with 2 strikes, finding a way to put runners in motion and put pressure on the defense. Yohan Castillo back out on the mound for the Tigers. We'll be back with you as we return in the top of the 4th inning with the Lions of Freed-Hardeman University up at the plate. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Tiger Sports Network here on Stretch. Welcome back, folks. If you're just joining us, we're now in the top of the 4th inning. Your Georgetown College Tigers leading the Lions of Freed-Hardeman University 1-0. They were able to scratch off a run in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Up at the plate is 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Lions. Will McCall, Josh Shears, and Bo Simpson due up at the plate. If you didn't get a chance, folks, there's a lot of home games happening as well as road games for today's matchup. We have women's volleyball against Pikeville in the Davis Reed Alumni Gym, and then doubleheader softball over at our Tiger Softball Complex against Martin Methodist University. Castillo back out on the mound for the Tigers. McCall at the plate. Good fastball in the outer half right there. Brings count back to even. Call swung through that one. That breaking ball brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Castillo now at 42 pitches on the day through 3 innings. A little bit of a rough start, but like I said, finding his groove and his rhythm. Right as I say that, he does miss that one way down, way away. Count now back to even 2 balls and 2 strikes. McCall flied out to right in his first at-bat. A breaking ball, blocked ball by Manderson. Brings the count to full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Castillo gets ready to deliver. Him and Manderson just trying to get on the same page with signs. McCall taking his time, calling time. Castillo likes what he sees. Now gets ready to deliver the 3-2 pitch. That one rolled over to shortstop Deshaun Moore, bobbled, and McCall able to reach base safely on that error by Deshaun Moore. It's going to be one of the key things for the Tiger team in this matchup to clean up, because they were close in yesterday's matchup, like I said, but the 4 errors definitely killed them. And if they can't play clean baseball, the Lions of Freed-Hardeman, they'll take advantage of it. That brings up Josh Shears at the plate for the Lions. Castillo misses that one away for ball number 1. Sears walked in his first at-bat on 5 pitches. Castillo falling down in the count early is something you can't do to a guy like Sears, because if he sees a pitch up and over the plate, he's shown and he's proven that he's going to do some damage. That one hit to shallow left field. Left fielder Torino coming in to make the catch for the first out of the inning. It's a great catch by Torino right there, coming in. Coming in as that one was top spun. We'll wait for a moment to figure out what happened. Okay. A lot of what was happening and being said right now, a little bit of confusion as to whether or not that ball was dropped. They will say it's caught, so Sears is out. That brings up Bo Simpson, the catcher, up at the plate, still on the bases for the Lions, Will McCall.
It's a good pitch by Castillo right there for strike number 1. McCall successful in his one stolen base attempt on the years, 1 for 1. Takes second base on that pitch down in the dirt. Manderson able to keep it in front of him, but does scoot away enough for McCall to advance to second base. Lions now have McCall at second base, Simpson up at the plate. Simpson flied out to right in his first at-bat. Will take time here to collect himself. Not a lot of wind in this matchup today. Yesterday, boy, oh boy, was that windy and cold. Today's matchup is nice. There's a few gusts getting up to 10 miles an hour, but overall it's a nice day, mid-50s. It's a great day to play baseball. So we decided to play too. That one by Castillo down in the dirt, blocked, well, once again by Manderson. Count now at 2 balls and 1 strike. Good hitters count for Simpson right here. Simpson currently 500 on the year. He has 21 total hits and 42 plate appearances. His 5 doubles, 2 home runs, and 17 runs driven in. Definitely a staple in the heart of the lineup for the Lions. Fans threw that one. Almost looks like he wanted to check his swing. That brings the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Situation like that, although it doesn't look good, that little fan and miss, sometimes it's better than even making contact, because if you make contact, ball puts in play, it's an easy out. But at least if you swing through it, you do get another chance to try and get a hit. So Simpson sees the 2-2 pitch. That one misses, down and away. Count now at full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tigers looking for a big shutdown inning in this one. After you put up a run on offense, your defense and your pitching staff need to come out and shove and get that shutout inning to maintain and keep the momentum on your side of the field. That one skied to left by Simpson. Apologize, left center. Josh Duarte able to come in and collect to make the play. It looked like for a second Torino over in left field was going to call Duarte off and make the play. He did not, so Duarte does collect it for the second out of the inning. That brings up left-handed hitter and left fielder Dom Pisano at the plate. Pisano did get his first hit of the ball game on a little dribbler, just getting past the pitcher's mound to the second baseman, Usuda. Pisano coming off that left side of the box. Pickoff attempt right here. No good. McCall at second base, able to get back. But Pisano coming out of the box on that left-handed side definitely has the advantage of getting down that baseline quicker. And with Johan Castillo falling off to the right side towards third base, unable to gather it. Castillo misses that one up. That brings count to 1-0 on that first pitch of the at-bat. Little spaghetti move right there by Castillo. McCall not falling for it, able to get back in time. Pisano, like Simpson, batter before him, they both have 5 doubles on the year. So definitely a lot of pop in their bat, and a lot of pop throughout this entire Freed-Hardeman lineup. Good breaking ball right there. Count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Tempo starting to change a little bit after a couple quick outs. Like I said, tempo has changed a little bit. Pace of play is slowed down, and it will with runners at second base as multiple signs are now given in by the catcher. That breaking ball just missing inside. Pisano doing a good job of just staying in there. Apologize, folks. That one was good on the inner half for strike number 2. It's a good pitch by Castillo. And it's hard for a lefty-on-lefty matchup like that to be able to feel comfortable enough to get that breaking ball in on that inside, because if you miss and you don't rotate it enough, you're missing arm side, and that's definitely going to hit a guy. Pisano not standing too close to the plate, so gives Castillo a little bit more room to throw that pitch, but nevertheless, still something that you're not used to doing. That one grounded out to Shota Yasuda over at second base. Gets the third out of the inning. It's a huge out for the Tigers, able to get a big shutdown inning right there against the Lions of Freed-Hardeman. Tigers looking to scratch off a couple more runs as we go into the bottom of the fourth inning. Up at the bat is the 6, 7, 8 hitters, Luke Torino, Christian Santianis, and Jake Manderson at the plate for the Tigers. Alex Huey still on the mound for the Lions. We'll be back with you when we return in the bottom of the fourth inning. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Tiger Sports Network here on Stretch. Welcome back, folks. We're just about to get underway in the bottom of the fourth inning. Alex Huey still out on the mound for the Lions. Currently has 42 pitches through 3 innings of work for the Lions. Luke Torino up at the bat for the Tigers. That breaking ball is down and away for ball number 1. No action in either bullpen in this matchup so far. Lefty on lefty matchup still continues. Johan Castillo for the Tigers, Alex Huey for the Lions. That one fouled back for strike number 1. Count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Torino in his first at-bat got that base hit through the 3-4 hole. Unable to come around and score following that, but looking to get another hit right here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Good hitters count for Torino. Once again, looking for a pitch up in the zone that he can drive. Definitely with a lot of pop and power. He already has 2 home runs on the year. That one popped straight up. First baseman Sears gathered to try and collect it. A little sketchy. He is able to collect and make the play for out number 1. Once again, folks, we're trying our best here with all these home events. It's definitely hard to cover everything that we do have going on at the college. So we do appreciate your patience and understanding with everything going on. A lot of what we rely on here at the NAI level is student workers. And on the weekends, especially with a lot of Georgetown kids being local, sometimes they do go home. But most of our athletes here at Georgetown, our student workers, I should say, are athletes themselves. And with a day full of competition, it's hard to find what we need for student workers. That one good right there by Santianis. He gets his first knock of the ball game. That'll bring up Jake Manderson, the catcher, up at the plate for the Tigers. Manderson walked in his first at-bat. But yes, as I was saying, we do heavily rely on our student workers, and when they're not here, we try and set up and give you the best sights and sounds that we can with what we've been given. So if the cameras aren't moving, it's probably because we were unable to get enough student workers for the matchup. Once again, we do appreciate you tuning in and just all your patience and understanding during this time. Manderson takes that one for ball number 1. Manderson was a designated hitter in yesterday's matchup, now behind the dish in this one. Probably going to start game 2 as well. That one fouled straight back over the press box. Manderson and Crenrich, the two catchers split in time throughout this season. A lot of games the Tigers have played. They're finishing up the 8th and 9th game. That's today, game 1 and 2 of this doubleheader of their final homestand. Huey able to go and pick off Santianis at first base. Sears able to easily tag him out over at second base. That will be the second out of the inning. It's a bad base running mistake right there by Santianis, especially with the lefty up. Your first move should be a jab step back to the base, and to get picked off, it's almost as though he was looking more towards the catcher and the plate instead of at the pitcher, Huey. Nevertheless, Tigers now have 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Manderson still at the plate with a 1-1 count. He rolls that one over to third baseman. Gathers, collects, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. So after getting a hit, Tigers unable to come through. A handful of that base running mistake right there cost the Tigers a little bit. They're unable to score any runs off that solo hit. That'll bring us up in the top of the 5th inning with 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Lions up at the plate. That's Watson, Langford, and Lott, the 6, 7, 8 hitters when we return in the top of the 5th inning. Welcome back, folks, in the top of the 5th inning. Here we are at Robert N. Wilson Field. Johan Castillo on the mound for the Tigers. He delivers his 58th pitch of the day, and it's good for strike number 1 to Vaughn Watson, the right fielder for the Lions. That pitch by Castillo left up. Count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Watson grounded out into a double play in his first at-bat. That was a comebacker right back to Johan Castillo. Fouls that one off. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Johan Castillo so far through 4 innings of work has only given up 1 hit, struck out 4, and has given up 1 walk. Make that 5 strikeouts on the day with completion by Manderson to Brote. Castillo doing an excellent job on the mound for the Tigers in this matchup so far. With doubleheaders like this, and back-to-back games, their first game yesterday and then 2 more today, it's huge for starting pitchers in this 3-game set to go deep into ball games, allowing their bullpen a little bit of relief. Johan Castillo, good first pitch strike. Castillo gets ahead against Langford, who struck out in his first at-bat. Pitch missing, count now 1 ball and 1 strike. And miss on the outside corner. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. As I was saying, It's definitely good for these starting pitchers to go deep into ball games, allowing their bullpen to get some relief. Isaac Olson did a great job of it yesterday for the Tigers, going 6 1/3, and then Sawyers for the Lions of Freed-Hardeman going 7 strong innings for them. So we'll see how this matchup turns out today. Count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Castillo delivers the pitch. Fanned on, swung on, and missed. That'll give Castillo his 6th strikeout of the day. Langford has 2 on the day for him. That's 2 outs in the inning now for the Tigers. Brings up shortstop Dylan Lott to the plate. Castillo misses that one away. Count out 1 ball, no strikes. So again, bullpen's clear for both teams. As I expect, both pitchers doing a pretty good job. That one popped up to right field. Santianis makes the play for the 3rd out of the inning. Lions unable to score any runs off no hits in the top of the 5th inning. That'll do it for them, and we'll be back in the bottom of the 4th inning with 9 1-2 hitters, Bumgardner, Moore, and Duarte up at the plate. I'm going to step away just for a moment, and then when we come back, we'll take a look at Georgetown College's upcoming games. We'll be back with you when we return. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Tiger Sports Network here on Stretch. Welcome back, folks. Let's take a quick look at the upcoming games for the Tigers. So after this doubleheader today, that'll complete their 9-game homestand, looking for a sweep in this matchup. And then they'll take a short break at home, and they'll head over to Asbury University to play them at 5 o'clock. Following that, we have another 5-game homestand. They'll be playing 2 against Lord's University on Wednesday, 1 another conference matchup against University of the Cumberlands, currently ranked 3rd in the nation. Yeah, they are currently ranked 3rd in the nation for a single game on Friday, and then 2 on Saturday for that one. We'll return back to the action. Right now, a little bunt attempt right there by Bumgardner. Is going to be a ball, so now the count is at 1 ball and no strikes. Bumgardner grounds that one to the shortstop lot. Fields it cleanly, making a good play right there. Sears able to pick him up with a dig. Lions able to get their first out in the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up Deshaun Moore for the Tigers. He's 1 for 2 on the day, hit to center, and then a ground ball over to Lott at the shortstop position in his 2nd at bat. Deshaun Moore tries for a drag attempt right there. That one just getting foul. Here you can see the Georgetown hitters trying to find a hit and find a way on any way they can. And if they see McCall over there at 3rd base getting a little too far off, they're not afraid to try and put one down the line. Huey with a breaking ball right there, fouled straight back by Deshaun. Counting out no balls and 2 strikes. Huey delivers the 0-2 pitch. That one was swung on by Deshaun. It hit the dirt. Everyone was wondering if it was a foul ball. First base umpire does correct the home plate umpire, so it was a foul ball. Michael Baumfeld is going to come out to try and contest that one right there. Although it would be a punch out in the books, it's not. Michael Baumfeld frustrated at home plate umpire as to why he didn't see it, but his partner over at first base was able to see it. Nevertheless, foul ball, all that action. Deshaun Moore will return back to the plate. No balls and 2 strikes with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Huey on the mound for the Lions, currently with 2 punch outs into hit by pitch, giving up 4 total hits on the ball game. Deshaun Moore takes that pitch up and away for ball number 1. Huey delivers the 1-2 pitch. The breaking ball right there. That one hit to the left fielder, who's able to collect Pisano, collect that one, and make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. This Tiger offense with 4 hits kind of sporadically throughout need to find a way to rally and get back-to-back hits in this ball game to continue to extend the lead that they've gotten in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Josh Duarte, the guy looking to do that with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Huey misses that one for ball number 1. Duarte 0 for 1 on the day with a hit by pitch. Gets his first knock of the ball game in the 5-6 hole right there. Lott trying to make a diving stop right there, unable to come up with it. Duarte able to get the first knock for the Tigers in the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up Justin Brote at the plate. Brote definitely a guy, puts a ball in the gap. Josh Duarte with enough speed can come around to score and once again extend the lead for the Tigers. Brote 1 for 2 on the day. Pop up to left, and then a hit smoked down that first base line. That one driven in the right center gap. And that one's up over the fence for a home run. That's a 2-run bomb for Justin Brote. That's his 5th home run of the year. That'll clear the bases, and it'll give Georgetown another 2 runs, bringing the score now to 3-0 against the Lions of Freed-Hardeman University. Huge home run right there. Like I was talking about with 2 outs, you really want to try to extend the lead. And Justin Brote able to do it with 1 swing of the bat right there. Once again, getting his 5th home run of the year for the Tigers. Lions still relying on Huey to get through this bottom of the 5th. They don't have anybody warming up in the bullpen. Shota Usuda fans at that breaking ball down for strike number 1. Usuda grounds that ball to the 3rd baseman. McCall fields it cleanly, able to throw it over to Sears for the 1st out. The 3rd out of the inning. That'll do it for the Tigers in the bottom of the 5th inning. They do score 2 runs off 2 hits and a big bomb by Justin Brote, giving the Tigers lead now up 3-0 as we go into the top of the 6th inning. Johan Castillo still out on the mound for the Tigers. Up at the plate for the Lions, 9-1-2 hitters, Beecham, Sanders, and McCall at the plate. Take another quick look at the upcoming games. So this next week, they play away against Asbury on Tuesday. Then they have a doubleheader against Lord's University on Wednesday. And then they're back to Mid-South Conference action on Friday and Saturday. Single game on Friday with another doubleheader on Saturday against the University of the Cumberlands, number 3 in the nation. New polls just came out March 17th. They were listed at 8th before, now they're number 3, so big series right there against the Cumberlands. And then another Mid-South Conference matchup against Campbellsville University. That time, it'll be away at Campbellsville. Campbellsville receiving votes prior to this poll, now not listed But Georgetown has a lot of baseball up ahead of them. They played a lot so far up until this point. And they're looking to play a lot more. That being said, it's important to keep a lot of their players healthy and safe. Currently, two key players for the Tigers that are missing: Eric Thrower, standard right fielder, and Val Stamler, center fielder, as well as the pitcher for the Tigers, both with a couple of injuries. Key pieces both on defense and at the plate. Currently at the plate, Hunter Beecham. He bunts that one back to the first baseman, Castillo. Tries to slide in at first and be safe. First base umpire calls him out. First base coach furious about that call. Definitely won't see it overturned. Right here, you see third base and head coach Jonathan Estes going to talk with that first base umpire. Current call on the field isn't out. That was Beecham, who tried to bunt his way on. Looks like there's going to be a little bit of a talk between the first and home plate umpires. Because this is a Mid-South Conference matchup, we do have 3 for today, but the primary ones in this discussion are going to be the home plate umpire and the first base umpire. There you get another closer look. I don't expect to see this one being overturned. Long conversation nonetheless. From what I saw here being at the field, it kind of looked like Justin Brote didn't quite have his foot on the bag, and maybe that's what they were discussing as far as Beecham's hand being able to slide in and touch base safely before Brote got his foot there. That will be an out. First base umpire does signal an out, so that little bit of action and a long pause. Beecham is out, and the Tigers now have their first out of the inning. That'll bring up Zack Sanders, the second baseman, number 2, at the plate. That one by Castillo just misses for ball number 1. Castillo delivers. That one swung on and fanned by Sanders, bringing the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Sanders 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout in his first at-bat and a flyout, to right. Castillo delivers. That one misses arm side. And down for ball number 2. 2-1, hitters count. Sanders unable to reach base safely in yesterday's matchup, going 0 for 4, swings through that one. Counting out 2 balls and 2 strikes. Handful of guys in this Lions lineup are base running threats, and Sanders is one of them. Has 6 stolen bases on 6 attempts, swung on that breaking ball down in the dirt. He gets his second strikeout of the day, and Castillo gets his 7th of the ball game. Now with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning, Tigers looking to finish this inning strong and get back up at the plate and have their offense take control and further extend the lead. McCall swings through that breaking ball, counting out no balls and 1 strike. Castillo doing a good job pounding the zone and really challenging these Lions hitters. Early on, he struggled to throw that first pitch strike, but now he's been more successful. That one hit to third baseman, bobbled. Still able to gather, collect, and make that for the 3rd out of the inning. A little bit of bobble by Bumgardner. Still able to collect it and get McCall out at first base. That'll do it for the Lions. They're unable to come up. Still only have 1 hit in this ball game. No runs on the board for them. Due up for your Tigers in the bottom of the 6th inning. We have 5, 6, 7 hitters, Brandon Crenrich, Luke Torino, and Christian Santianis. We'll be back with you when we return in the bottom of the 6th inning. You're watching Tiger Baseball here on the Tiger Sports Network on Stretch. Welcome back, folks. Now in the bottom of the 6th inning, in this 9-inning matchup, game 2 of this doubleheader should be a 7-inning game. Still on the mound for the Lions, Alex Huey. He's currently at 63 pitches with 2 punch-outs. Up at the box is Brandon Crenrich trying to once again get that drag down that third base line, trying to catch McCall sleeping. Ball does end up going foul, so now the count is at no balls and 1 strike. Crenrich 0 for 2 on the day. The fly out to right, grounds that one to the second baseman. Gathers, collects, gets Crenrich for the first out of the bottom of the 6th. That quick out, that brings up left fielder Luke Torino up to the plate. Torino 1 for 2 on the day with a hit and a pop-up to the first baseman, Sears. Pitch brings the count at no balls and 1 strike. A little bit of action down in the Lions bullpen right now. A handful of guys just getting loose. No one actively warming up on the bullpen throwing to a catcher. I expect that to change if the Georgetown hitters are able to get into scoring position on second and third. That one hits Torino in the elbow. Torino will gladly take the base. Now the Tigers have a runner at first base in Luke Torino, and Christian Santianis up at the plate. Santianis 1 for 2. 1 for 1 on the day. He had a sac bunt to move Torino over in his first at-bat. Tigers unable to come through and score a run there, but he did get a hit in his last at-bat. There you see again that bunt attempt by the Tigers, really drawing in McCall and challenging his defense. That one good over the plate by Huey for strike number 1. Torino with a good-sized lead over there at first base. Huey delivers that one fouled up over the first base dugout. Counting out no balls and 2 strikes. Santianis now needing to find a way to put the ball in play with 2 strikes and 1 out. Needs to keep the ball off the ground. Really looking for hard line drives right here. Can't get into a double play. That one swung on, foul tipped back into the mitt. That'll be Huey's 3rd strikeout of the day and the 2nd out of the bottom of the 6th. That punch out will bring up Jake Manderson. 1 for 1 on the day with a walk. 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a ground out to the third baseman. McCall definitely a lot of the infield having a lot of ground balls and a lot of pressure put on them in this matchup. That one fouled just down the third base line for strike number 1. A lot of balls put in play have been on the ground or high up in the air for pop-ups or flyouts. for the Tigers. Really looking to level out those bats and start getting line drives up over the infield and falling in the gaps. So that one Huey picks off. Right there, Torino able to get back safely. Huey delivers that breaking ball. Good on the top half of the zone for strike number 2. Torino with the normal lead back over at first. Huey not concerned. Goes for a quick pitch right there. Misses that one. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Torino does take off on that pitch. Manderson fouls that one straight back. So we'll repeat the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Torino will return back to first base. Torino with enough speed on the base pass to get a stolen base. Simpson with a great arm behind the plate. Able to throw quite a handful of runners out. The 1-2 pitch, Torino not going this time. Manderson able to foul that one over the first base dugout. Count remains the same, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Simpson behind the plate has 5 runners caught stealing in 26 total stolen base attempts by opposing base runners. With a percentage of about 17%, Huey picking over to first right there. Torino just going towards the bag, able to get in and reach safely right there, taking advantage of that move. It's a good job by Torino right there, going on first move and not stopping and hesitating when he realizes that Huey is picking off. And that's exactly what you need to do in those types of situations, because as soon as you try and stop after getting picked off, that allows the defense to gather and collect themselves. So by just going straight towards second base, you're putting a lot of pressure on that first baseman to make a good, strong, accurate throw and also place a good tag. And as you see right there, definitely difficult to do. Huey thought that one was strike 3. On the swing attempt, home plate umpire will go in and check in with his partner mate over at first. He did not go, so the count is now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tigers with the runner in scoring position. In a 3-0 lead, looking to extend that lead and tack on another one right here. That one down in the dirt. Blocked well by Simpson. Torino staying over at second. Brings the count to full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. For the Tigers, they need to continue to tack on runs and put pressure on the defense, because this Lions offense, being ranked 19th in the country, is not one to sleep on at any point, as they can awaken anytime. Manderson, good at bat right there. If I'm not mistaken, it was an 8 or 9 pitch at bat, able to draw the walk. And now courtesy runner Jacob DeZarn will take his place on the base pass. So once again, great at bat by Manderson. That's a second walk of the day. Put speed back on the bases in the form of Torino at second and DeZarn at first. Isaiah Bumgardner now up at the plate for the Tigers. Bumgardner 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a ground out to Lott over the shortstop position. Swings through that pitch for strike number 1. Base hit right here will for sure guarantee 1 run. Ball in the gap, and the Tigers definitely have a chance to put up 2 additional runs. That breaking ball misses inside. Count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. These Tiger hitters doing a much better job today, not giving in, not punching out as much. They only have 3 strikeouts as an offense on the day, handful more walks and hit by pitches. So they're staying in the at-bats longer, and they're not giving in. That one grounded to the third baseman. Torino kind of getting hung up right there. McCall making the smart decision, not even going to try and get him in the rundown, just getting the force out over at third base. And that'll do it for the Tigers in the bottom of the 6th inning. Unable to come up with additional runs to extend their lead. Nevertheless, they are still up in this matchup 3-0 against the Lions of Freed-Hardeman University. Johan Castillo coming out of the dugout, back out on for his 7th inning, looking to put the Lions of Freed-Hardeman away in this matchup. Due up for the Lions is their 3, 4, 5 hitters, Josh Shears, Bo Simpson, and Dom Pisano, the heart of their lineup. Castillo looking to put this one away right here. We'll be back with you. We'll be back with you when we return in the top of the 7th inning. Welcome back, folks. We're in the top of the 7th inning in this 9-inning ball game. Johan Castillo still out on the mound for the Tigers. Throws his 79th pitch right there. That is a ball to Josh Shears at the plate. Sears, the big hitter for the Lions, has been quiet in this matchup so far. 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a soft line out to left fielder Luke Torino. There was a questionable call there on that line out. A lot of topspin. It was a question as to whether or not Torino trapped that ball or whether or not he caught it. The official ruling was that Torino caught that ball for an out. Pitch by Castillo just misses on the outer half, counting out 3 balls and 1 strike. There you see with no runners on, Castillo building a good tempo with Manderson behind the plate. That one fouled down the third base line by Sears. Brings the count to full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sears with 3 doubles on the year and 7 total home runs. 21 runners batted in. Johan Castillo looking to put him away right here. And he does. That big punch out right there for Johan Castillo gives him the first out of the inning, but also the 8th of the day. Johan Castillo doing an excellent job punching out these Lions hitters. He's mixing it up with his fastball and his off speeds in the form of curveballs and changeups. Johan Castillo really putting in work for the Tigers. Good first pitch strike right there to Simpson at the plate. Simpson 0 for 2 on the day with a fly out to right and a fly out to center. That ball grounded to shortstop. Deshaun Moore finishes over to Justin Brodt at first base. That'll be the 2nd out of the inning. 2 quick outs for the Tigers in the top of the 7th. This is exactly what Micah Baumfeld, head coach for the Tigers, preaches, is that when you work quick and you attack the zone, hitters will get themselves out, especially at this level, and let your defense work. Although defense has been a little bit of struggle for the Tigers throughout the year and a little bit in this ball game, the Tigers are still or Coach Baumfeld will still heavily rely on the defense to make plays because the old saying is defense wins championships, and it surely does, especially late in the postseason when your entire staff is tired and the offense may not be there. You should always still be able to rely on your defense. So the Tigers still working through that, and the more games they play and work together, the more confident that they'll be. Johan Castillo down in the count now, 2-0 to Pisano. Pisano pops that one up towards our right fielder, Santianis, who in foul territory is able to make the play for the third out of the inning. Routine catch right there for Santianis. And the Tigers put away the Lions in the top of the seventh. 3 up, 3 down. Strikeout, ground out, and a fly out will do it for the Lions in the top of the seventh. They don't score any runs off a no-hit. Still, Johan Castillo doing an excellent job limiting these Lions. They only have 1 hit on the day. That 1 hit coming from Pisano, who was able to get that infield hit on that squibbler off the end of his bat in the second inning. Well, we're going to return to you in the bottom of the seventh. Huey still out on the mound for the Lions. Up at the plate for the Tigers will be the leadoff hitter, Deshaun Moore, Josh Duarte, and Justin Brote. That's 1, 2, 3 hitters for your Tigers. We'll be back with you when we return. Welcome back, folks. We're just underway in the bottom of the seventh inning. Deshaun Moore laying down a bunt right there down that third base line, able to reach base safely. Huey trying to get him out at first. Good throw, but unable to get Moore out at first. And as I mentioned that earlier, the Georgetown offense was going to take advantage of McCall being way back over there at third base, and that's the 4th hitter for the Tigers attempting that bunt down the line. Deshaun Duarte is currently 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch, a single to left, and then a pop out to the shortstop. 1 for 2 on the day, looking to make it 2 for 3. Huey delivers. Josh Duarte getting that one. That one just about to roll foul. Catcher Simpson doing an excellent job of grabbing that one in foul territory. It's a heads-up play by Simpson because if he grabs that in fair territory, there's no chance of him getting either runner, Deshaun Moore at second or Duarte over at first base. Once again, the Tiger hitters looking to scratch off a couple more runs. They know 3 is not enough, and they always have that adage in the dugout. They need 5 runs or more to go ahead and win some ball games. As long as their staff can work to get 4 runs or less, and the hitters do 5 runs or more, the Tigers are always in a good spot to win. Josh Duarte fouls that one down into the ground, counting out no balls and 2 strikes. And you can see how true that type of mentality is and will help you win ball games, as yesterday's score was 4-1 in favor of the Lions, but the staff doing a good job of limiting the Lions' runs down to 4. Pickoff attempt by Simpson right there, close to try and get Moore over at first base. Unsuccessful, counting out 1 ball and 2 strikes. But if the Georgetown hitters would have been able to tack on more runs than what they did, they would have been able to win that matchup. So Moore takes off to second base, easily able to reach that ball in the 5-6 hole Squeaking by McCall. Lott able to pick it up. Josh Duarte with a big hit right there. Runners now at first and second base with nobody out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Justin Brote up at the plate. Brote homered in his last at-bat, extending the lead for the Tigers. Big guy at the plate. Now it's 5 home runs on the year with 11 runs driven in. Looking to drive in a couple more right here. That breaking ball misses in. Count now 1 ball, no strikes. A little bit of a breeze blowing out to right field right now. Definitely favors Brote, the left-handed hitter. Pitch right there brings the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Like I mentioned, Brote looking for something up over the plate again that he can drive deep into the field. That one driven deep into right field, and that one's good for another home run for Justin Brote. That's 2 on the day for him. That's 5 total RBIs. Justin Brote having himself a day with back-to-back home runs in back-to-back at-bats. That extends the lead for the Tigers. Now up in this matchup, 6-0 against the Lions of Freed-Hardeman University. That's a huge at-bat right there by Brote. Seeing a pitch that he likes up over the plate, puts a good swing on it, and drives that one deep past the right field fence. It's exactly what I'm talking about as far as extending the lead and not giving any momentum to this Lions team. They do now have someone warming up down in the bullpen, a right-handed pitcher. At this point, you can say it's too little, too late now that the damage has been done. Nevertheless, there's still some outs to be made in this ball game by the Tigers. Shota Suda at the plate hits a squibbler that lands in front of the first and second baseman. Simpson, little errant throw right there, pops off the glove of Sears, and Shota able to reach base safely. Tigers with a lot of momentum in this ball game, looking to continue to tack on more runs, put pressure on the defense, so they can take that momentum into game number 2. Once again, this first game is not over, and it is a nine-inning game in this first matchup. Tigers looking to put up as many runs as possible against this team. Huey, Shota Yasuda takes off on the first pitch right there. Ball thrown in the ground by Simpson. Shota Yasuda now going to take off for third on the ball that gets past the middle infield. Tigers now with a runner at third base and nobody out in the bottom of the 7th inning. That throw by Simpson, not a very good one. That's the second errant throw of the day by Simpson. Although he does have a strong arm, it does not matter if the ball's not put on target. Yasuda doing a good job of recognizing that ball in the outfield and easily taking third. That pitch misses away. Count now at 1-1 to the designated hitter Brandon Crenrich at the plate. Crenrich drives that one to center field. Center fielder able to come up and collect. Shota Yasuda easily going to be able to score. And now the Tigers have their 7th run of the ball game. It's a good at-bat by Brandon Crenrich right there. Hasn't been able to find that outfield grass safely. With that sac fly, able to still drive in a run and produce for his team. For Crenrich, that's his 16th RBI of the year. Now tied with Stamler at 16 RBIs. That'll bring up Luke Torino at the plate. Torino now ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Torino 1 for 2 on the day with a hit by pitch. Fouls that one. Back over the first base side for strike number 1. Count it now at 2 balls and 1 strike. Good breaking ball right there by Huey. Over the plate. Brings the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Luke Torino looking to keep this going with 2 strikes here and 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch by Huey misses down. And away. Count now full. Right-handed pitcher still down in the bullpen warming up for the Lions. Torino swings through that one, and Huey will get a punch out against Luke Torino right there. That's Huey's 4th punch out of the day through 6 2/3 inning of work thus far. That'll bring up Christian Santianis at the plate for the Tigers. Santianis swings through that breaking ball for strike number 1. Breaking ball misses up and away. Count now back to even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Santianis 1 for 2 on the day with the hit to center, a punch out, and then also that sac bunt earlier on in the game. Pops this one up to the infield. Sears camped underneath it over at first base, able to collect it for the 3rd out of the inning. Tigers able to scratch off 4 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Off a huge home run, a huge 3-run home run by Justin Brote and a good sac fly by Brandon Crenrich to bring that 4th run across. Tigers now up 7-0 against the Lions of Freed-Hardeman University. Yohan Castillo still back out on his 8th inning of work for the Tigers. Tigers do have their closer, Keon Taylor, warming up down in the pen in case something was to happen. Yohan Castillo doing an excellent job in this matchup so far. Currently only giving up 1 hit to this Lions offense. For the Lions, it'll be their 6, 7, 8 hitters. That's Watson, Langford, and Lott up at the plate. We'll check in with you to see if there's any pinch hitters, but as for right now, it's the 6, 7, 8 hitters. That's Watson, Langford, and Lott up at the plate. We'll be back with you when we return in the top of the 8th inning. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Tiger Sports Network here on Stretch. Welcome back, folks. There you see Yohan Castillo, left-handed pitcher, still out on the mound for the Tigers, about to deliver his 90th pitch of the ball game. That one does miss, down for ball number 1. Castillo's been effectively wild in this matchup, getting balls in the zone when he needs to, and having these hitters chase, currently with 8 punch-outs on the day. Castillo doing an excellent job for the Tigers. That one good in on the hands to Watson. Brings the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. That ball grounded over to the third baseman, Bumgardner, who collects it a little bit, throw down in the dirt, gets by the first baseman, Justin Brote. So Watson will reach second base. There you see umpires and players throwing their hands up, letting you know that the ball did go out of play. So Watson will have to stay over at second base. So on that throwing error by Bumgardner, the Lions now have a runner in scoring position with nobody out in the top of the 8th inning. Once again, even though the Tigers are up 7-0, you still don't want to give any momentum to these Lions hitters, especially since this is a 2-game set today and we're only in game 1. Want to try and keep and maintain all the momentum on your side of the field. That'll bring up Dalton Langford, the 7-hitter and designated hitter for the Lions. Pitch misses away for ball number 1. Castillo delivers the 1-0 pitch. It's good on the outer half for strike number 1. Well, the Tigers don't want to give up a run at any point in this ball game. It's now a chase for 6 more outs. That's what the Tigers are looking for, 6 outs. So if they need to trade a run for an out, they definitely will do it. But they need to limit that. Johan Castillo misses that one away for ball number 2. Langford at the plate, currently 0 for 2 on the day with two punch outs, courtesy of Castillo. Castillo looking to give him his 3rd. Castillo does miss that one up and away, counting out 3 ball and 1 strike. Castillo now needing to get back into this one and into this count. He's done it plenty of times before in this matchup. A pitch good by Castillo. Count now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Castillo not giving in at all today. Even though he has gone into a handful of deep counts, he's only given up 1 walk on the day, and that was in the first inning to Josh Sears. But after that, he's really found his groove, able to come back. Good punch out right there gives Castillo his 9th of the ballgame. It's the first out of the 8th inning for the Tigers. Langford, now with 3 strikeouts on the day, gets his hat trick. That'll bring up Dylan Lott, the shortstop for the Lions. 0 for 2 on the day. He has a punch out himself, and then he flied out to right in his 2nd at bat. Castillo delivers the first pitch. Swung through by Lott right there. Castillo now ahead in the count. No balls, 1 strike. Castillo doing a good job all day long, just missing the barrels of this Lions offense. That one popped up and back over the first base side. Lott now down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. That pitch right there, Castillo now reached the 100th pitch mark. Excuse me, a little bit challenging to say. He delivers the 0-2 pitch right here. That one ground ball to Isaiah Bumgardner, looking to redeem himself. A little bit wild throw right there. Justin Brote over at first base, the 6'7" first baseman, dived to try and make that stop. His foot does come off the bag. Both Micah Baumfeld and Brote will be talking to that first base umpire. Even though he was standing behind the mound over at second base, he is that first base umpire. Well, I'll let you kind of know what happens once a decision is made. Once again, I don't think this is going to get overturned, similar to the situation previously with Beecham, who's currently standing at the plate. But when he tried to slide in over at first base, so now the Lions have runners at first and third base with 1 out. Hunter Beecham at the plate for the Lions. And pitch good for strike number 1. My apologies, folks. Runners now at first and second base. Watson did not advance on that throw by Bumgardner. Pickoff attempt right there by Castillo, no good. Watson able to get back in on the bag. So double play still in order for the Tigers. Runners at first and second for the Lions. It's Watson at second base and Lott at first. Beecham 0 for 2 on the day. Swings through that one. Now the count's 0-2 on him. Oh, 2 count. Castillo delivers. That breaking ball misses up. Beecham doing a good job not chasing that one. Counting out 1 ball and 2 strikes. Castillo looking to deliver his 10th punch out of the ball game in a big spot right here. Although I'm sure he'll take a ground ball double play to end the inning as well. Johan Castillo delivers that 1-2 pitch down in the dirt. Manderson keeping it in front. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Action still going down in the bullpen for the Tigers. Looks like a left-handed pitcher, form of Michael Gomez, warming up for the Tigers. That pitch by Castillo misses up and away. Counting out 3 balls and 2 strikes. Once again, Castillo with only 1 walk on the day has found a way with 3 balls on these Lions hitters to come back and really challenge them. See if he can do something similar here. That ball fouled straight off the plate and back. Count remains the same, 3 balls, 2 strikes, with 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. Watson at second base, Lott at first for the Lions, Beecham at the plate. Castillo on the bump for the Tigers. It's a good at-bat by Beecham right there. He'll take the walk. Now the Lions have the bases loaded with 1 out, top of their lineup coming up. Little conversation between Manderson and Castillo right here to make sure that they're on the same page with what's going on. It's a good team visit right here, just making sure that he's back in the flow of the game. Now with the bases loaded, Tigers do have an out at any base. Double plays in order all around the field. Sanders up at the plate for the Lions. Sanders 0 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts and a fly out to right. Castillo delivers the 0-0 pitch. That one misses away for ball number 1. Manderson behind the plate is going to need to work hard on those breaking balls down in the dirt, and even the ones that are extended beyond and into the batter's box. He's going to have to find a way to throw his body in front to stop any of these runners from scoring. But more importantly, to keep that double play in order. Breaking ball by Castillo misses down and in. Castillo falls behind again. Now with 2 balls and no strikes. That was Castillo's 110th pitch of the game, and I'm assuming this is going to be his last batter as well. That one fouled down the third base line, brings the count now to 2 balls and 1 strike. Tigers now have 2 guys warming up down in the bullpen, left-handed pitcher Michael Gomez and right-handed closer Keon Taylor. Castillo looking for the punch out right here for himself, needing to stay in this ball game. He's thrown an excellent game so far and is looking to keep his stat line clean as he hopes to exit this 8th inning. Ball does miss down, so now the count is at 3 balls and 1 strike to Zack Sanders, the second baseman for the Lions. Time is called. Michael Baumfeld going to go out and have a little conversation with Johan Castillo, potentially giving his bullpen a little bit more time to warm up. And I suspect that that's kind of what this conversation is about, that if Sanders does get this walk, Castillo will most likely be out of this ball game, and we'll see one of the pitchers coming in for relief. Castillo, once again, done an excellent job so far has thrown 112 pitches through 7 1/3 innings, 9 strikeouts, and only 2 walks on the day. That pitch count definitely due to him falling behind in counts. He's had a handful of full counts that he's been able to get out of. Yohan Castillo needing to find a way right here to get back ahead in this count. Sanders hits that one foul down third baseline. Yohan Castillo able to bring the count back to even 3 balls, back to full, I should say. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Either player, Sanders or Castillo, willing to give in this type of situation. It's a big spot for both players. Even though the scoreline is 7-0, these are the types of moments right here that can make or break ball games and really transfer momentum. That ball popped up into shallow right center field. Center fielder Josh Duarte going to collect it, and they are going to make a throw to the plate. Neither base runner decides to advance, so with that shallow hit to center field, the Lions are unable to score on that one right there. Watson over at third base decided not to go. That'll bring up Will McCall with 2 outs now in the top of the 8th inning. It's a good decision not to go by Watson, as none of these runners on the bases or even the batter at the plate, their runs really matter in the grand scheme of things. So to get thrown out at home wouldn't be good. That one squibbed off the end of the bat to Deshaun Moore stepping on second base, and that'll clear the bases. Tigers limiting the damage that could have been done by this Lions offense. Lions unable to score. They don't get any hits in the inning, but they did cause a little bit of havoc with some good at-bats and a handful of errors by the Tigers defense. Nevertheless, we will return in the bottom of the 8th inning with your Tiger hitters up to bat. That's 8-9-1. Manderson, Bumgardner, and Moore up at the plate. We'll return to you in the bottom of the 8th inning with a pitching change by the Freed-Hardeman Lions. We'll be back with you when we return. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Tiger Sports Network here on Stretch. Welcome back, folks, to the bottom of the 8th inning. Big spot for the Tigers in that one, stopping the Lions from scoring any runs in the top of the 8th inning. Good job by Yohan Castillo to work out of that one. He's most likely done for the day, well over 100 pitches and 9 punch-outs, only giving up 2 walks. Good for Yohan Castillo. Great day for him. Now on the mound for the Lions is going to be number 29, Rob Patterson. For the Lions, misses that one into the hitter Jake Manderson, who's at the plate. Patterson, the 1.42 ERA, has 6 1/3 innings pitched on the years, giving up 4 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Count now at 2-0 to Manderson at the plate. That one nearly clips Manderson from Patterson right there. Count now at 3 balls and no strikes. Manderson 0 for 1 on the day with 2 walks. He's had a lot of quality at bats throughout his short time here at Georgetown so far. Takes that pitch for strike number 1 on that 3-0 count. Manderson looking to continue to keep things going here in this ball game. That slaughter by Patterson misses down and away. That will be Manderson's 3rd walk of the ball game, and that'll bring up Isaiah Bumgardner, the 3rd baseman for the Tigers. Courtesy runner in to replace Manderson is going to be Jacob Desarn, now over at first base. Manderson with a normal lead over at first base decides to take off on the first pitch. Simpson with his another attempt. That ball skirts into the outfield once again. Desarn trying to head over to third base. Center fielder comes up throwing. That one collected by McCall at third. As Manderson was, or not Manderson, my apologies, Desarn causing havoc on the bases. Once again, that errant throw. Count now 0-1 on Isaiah Bumgardner. That one up in on the hands right there. It's going to be a safety squeeze right there. Flipped on by the pitcher Patterson. Tigers able to scratch off a run right there on that safety squeeze by Bumgardner right there. Tigers now up ahead in this ball game, 8-0 against the Lions of Freed-Hardeman. That'll bring up Deshaun Moore. Deshaun Moore, 2 hits on the day. He got a drag in his last at-bat, really challenging McCall, who's now up on the cut and ready for it. Count is 0-0. Patterson on the mound. Bumgardner taking off over to second base. He'll get his stolen base. Right there. He's now at second base in scoring position with nobody out. In for the catcher, Simpson, is now going to be number 15, Lewis, for the Lions. So Lewis entered in for Patterson as we began the bottom of the 8th inning. And it looks like the Georgetown College offense and base runners are going to be taking advantage of that catching change right there. That one popped up by Moore to the first base side right there. First baseman Sears camped. Thought he was camped underneath it. The ball does end up falling in fair territory. Sears lost that one up in the air. Took a weird angle at it. And unable to collect as that one fell back into fair territory right there. Tigers now have runners at first and third in the bottom of the 8th inning with nobody out. Josh Duarte up at the plate. A little bit of a weird situation. Josh Duarte steps in at the plate. Pitch right there brings the count now to no balls and 1 strike. Josh Duarte, 2 for 3 on the day, 2 hits and a hit by pitch. Moore takes off over at first base, able to not able to get underneath the tag. He will be thrown out by Lewis behind the dish. There's a good, strong throw by Lewis, and that one was on target, giving him a better chance to get Deshaun Moore out at first base. An easier pitch for a catcher to handle, one that was up like that, so it makes sense as to why he was able to get that throw on target. That breaking ball by Patterson nearly getting by Lewis does not count, is now at 2 balls and 1 strike. That ball that missed up on the stolen base attempt, and then that one in the dirt right there brings the count to 2-1. Josh Duarte hits that one into right center field. Both fielders giving chase. That ball does end up dropping. He'll get a double, and he'll score Isaiah Bumgardner from third base. This Tiger offense not giving in, really tacking on and continuing to extend the lead that they've built off the momentum generated from Justin Brote's home runs earlier on in this ball game. So the Lions pitching staff doesn't even want to deal with Justin Brote. They're going to go ahead and give him that intentional base on balls right there after his back-to-back home runs in the 5th and the 7th inning. It was a 2-run home run in the 5th and a 3-run bomb in the 7th to help extend this Georgetown lead. Huge player right there for the Tigers and huge pickup and asset. Originally from Orange Coast College in California. Shoto Suda now at the plate, fouls that one straight back into the press box for his first strike of his at-bat. Josh Duarte, and breaking ball. Misses down. Lewis doing a good job keeping that one in front of him. Counting out even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Usuda had himself a couple of doubles. I'm sorry, a single double. He had 1 double in the game yesterday against the Lions. 0 for 2. 0 for 4 in this matchup today with a pair of ground balls, a strikeout, and reaching base on an error by the catcher. Now ahead in the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Patterson delivers that one. Fastball missing way. Good hitters count here, 3 ball, 1 strike. Patterson gets ready to deliver the 3-1 pitch. Leadoff runner takes off. That will be ball 4, so no throw necessary. Tigers now have bases loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Brings up 5-hole hitter Brandon Crenrich up at the plate. Looks like there's going to be a mound visit and a pitching change by the Lions of Freed-Hardeman. Tigers able to continue to tack on additional runs, throwing up some crooked numbers up on the board against the Lions of Freed-Hardeman University. We'll return to you in the bottom of the 8th inning with Brandon Crenrich up at the plate. We'll be back here shortly. No pitching change necessary in this matchup. Head coach Estes going to let Patterson figure it out here with the bases loaded and 1 out. Crenrich, big hack right there, swings through that first pitch fastball. Strike number 1. Swung so hard, almost came out of his helmet. Crenrich 0 for 3 on the day with the sac fly. That one gets by Lewis right there at the plate. Duarte able to easily score from third base right there. Score from third base right there. And my apologies, folks. That is a run rule right there. So the Lions, I got lost for a second. The Lions fall 10-0 against your Georgetown College Tigers. They get run ruled in 8 innings. Tigers haven't done that quite yet, and it's a good thing to do it to a ranked 19th team in the nation, especially coming back after the 4-1 loss yesterday. Tigers putting up a big spot right here. A handful of home runs from Justin Broke coming courtesy in the 5th and 7th inning. That's a 2- and 3-run bomb. And additional runs being tacked on by this Tiger offense gives them the lead and the win 2-0 as they beat Freed-Hardeman University in game number 1, 10-0. Well, folks, we will return with you here in about 30 minutes or so when the field and the starting pitchers for both teams get up and ready to play. We will return, like I said, in 30 minutes. If you have to go, it's been a pleasure to have you here. Once again, my name is Ben Robison. I'm the sports information assistant here at the college. And I want to give a special shout out to all of our student workers and our Tiger Sports Network crew, giving you all the sights and sounds in this matchup as well as other matchups that are going around here at the college. Once again, we thank you all for watching and staying tuned. We will return again in about 30 minutes for game number 2 of this doubleheader in this Mid-South Conference matchup between your Georgetown College Tigers and the Lions of Freed-Hardeman University. We will be back with you when we return for game number 2.